You know, when I read that story last time, I didn't expect there to be a sequel, but you know, the ride never ends. You might want to get off of Mr. Bones' wild ride, but Mr. Bones won't let you get off his wild ride. The title of the story is aptly named Kirito's Fetish Revealed by Jesse the Foot Guy 22 on fanfiction.net, and I assume that is his DeviantArt name as well. Here, let me go check this out. Nope. What is his favorite story? Oh God, there's another one. There's another one. All right, so let's see if this guy's fucking DeviantArt name as well. Because if so, I'll have a lot. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. It is his name on DeviantArt. Click. Oh my God. Actually fucking kill me now. Alright, so on to the story. Kirito's Fetish Revealed. This is a sequel to Kirito's Secret Fetish. I recommend reading that story first if you want backstory. Enjoy! Kirito walks slowly into the living room, his chest heavy, heart pounding a million beats per second, so to speak, as each step towards the living room felt like a mile. Oh my God, how did she find out? What's gonna happen? She's definitely gonna think I'm a freak now. He finally made it to the living room and saw Asuna sitting on the couch, patting the seat next to him. As we've talked about, Asuna is now a guy. This is SAO abridged territory right here, fuckers. Motioning him to sit. Nodding slowly, he slowly took a seat next to Asuna, his face red with embarrassment. Asuna saw how embarrassed he was. Oh my, he's so embarrassed. He looks so cute, Asuna thought to herself. Asuna gently grabbed his cheek and turned his face so they looked at each other. So Kirito, tell me, ... I want to know about this little foot fetish of yours, Asuna said calmly. Kirito blushed even harder, almost about to pass out from the scene. Asuna leaned closer towards him and kissed him softly and lowered her head to his, lowering her head so their foreheads were touching. Kirito, you can tell me everything. I know this may be embarrassing, but we're about to get married in a few months. I know something like this may be embarrassing. I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. Honestly, I'm just curious. This is something that you clearly enjoy and I want to be a part of it, Asuna said, smiling. But how did you even know? Kirito said, stuttering a little bit. AFO? I don't think that's the... Oh, shit, wrong thing. I don't think that is a... I'm very curious, so... I'm assuming that he meant AOLO, Alfheim Online? Question mark? I was only... Well, after I used the bathroom, your computer was making a notification. I was only curious because it was the same noise that AFO makes when they have an update. So I was So I was just curious what it was so we could play together later. I only saw what I saw because you didn't close the folder, Asuna said, giggling a little, her hand over her mouth. Kirito's red face had disappeared a little bit, but was still nervous about explaining his secret to everyone, especially to the love of his life, the woman he was about to get married with. But, she did have a point. As embarrassing as it was, she, of all people, deserved to know the truth. It wasn't fair to her. He took a deep breath. Why don't I make us a cup of coffee and I'll tell you everything you want to know, Kirito suggested. Asuna nodded. That sounds like a great idea, she said, kissing Kirito on the cheek, making him smile a little. Kirito went to the kitchen and started a small pot of coffee for the both of them. While it was brewing, Kirito got out a couple of cups and put some sugar and creamer in it and started the pot as the coffee was being brewed. So many things were running through his mind as he stared blankly. After a few minutes, the coffee was finished brewing, and he poured the coffee and returned to the living room. This sounds like it's been written by like a fucking 16-year-old. It's like that fucking old video where that little kid is like, While Kirito was brewing coffee, Asuna watched Kirito walk into the kitchen, and once he was in the kitchen, she quickly and quietly walked upstairs into their room. She opened her drawers and pulled out a new pair of black stockings that she hadn't worn before. Well, white. That's not wild. That's white. Was mainly her color. Her color chose of stockings. But these were expensive and got a good deal on them. She quickly ripped off the packing and put on the new stockings and did a quick little pose in the mirror. It fit well with her black skirt and dark purple shirt she had on. She looked down at her feet and could see her red toes showing through the stockings. I hope Kirito likes this, Asuna thought to herself, as she quickly headed back downstairs and sat back down on the couch, this time laying across it with her I lost my place. With her legs crossed, her soul was pointed into the kitchen where Kirito would be returning soon. Kirito walked back into the living room and almost fell out, blood shooting out of his nose. Can we stop this? That doesn't actually happen. At least I don't think. I'm pretty sure that doesn't actually happen. That's a really bad cliche that needs to fucking die. Alright? Like, it's funny. It's funny when it's in, like, it shows, like, Monster Musume, but everywhere else, when it's not, like, it needs to fit the genre. Okay, it needs to fit the genre of anime or manga or fan fiction, because if it doesn't, then it stands out like a fucking black sheep in a white herd. Where was I? Blood shooting out of his nose. He couldn't believe what he came back to. It was amazing that he didn't drop the 2 cups. Asuna gave a slight giggle and wiggled her toes. You like? Kirito handed her the cup as she moved her feet, and he took his seat next to her. They took a small sip and set the cup down on the table. So, Kirito, tell me about this fetish of yours, she said, finishing her sip. He set the coffee on the table. You promise that you won't think I'm some sort of weird freak? This is really embarrassing for me to talk about, to be honest. To be honest. You're the first person. Kirito was looking to the ground, still nervous about speaking about this. But there was no way out of it. Asuna playfully rubbed her foot on his leg again. Come on, I want to know. She teased. Taking another sip, Kirito took a deep breath and finally began to speak. Well, dot dot dot. Oh god. This is where we get into the shit. This is where we get into the shit. I really just want to stop it here, but oh my god. Where's my drink? Do I not even... Oh, here's my drink. Well, dot dot dot, as long as I can remember, I always seem to like feet. I'm not sure why, but the sight of feet was always attractive to me. Kirito looked down. Asuna scooted a little closer. Well, what about feet do you like? She asked, curious. Asked curious, not asked curious. Asked curious. Well, dot dot. I guess everything really. The look, the shape, the shoes on feet, footwear, accessories. Aren't shoes footwear? I get shoes are only one category of footwear, but you should just lump them into one cat. You shouldn't say the shoes or the footwear. If you're gonna, if it's like footwear accessories, yes, but it's footwear, accessories. Right? This is actually fucking killing me. The look, the shape, the shoes on feet, footwear, accessories. Dot dot dot. I even like the smell. Smell? Austin asked, curious, a little more interested. Well, yeah. Yeah, boo. Remember the race we had a while ago, where I gave you a foot massage because I lost? Kirito asked, taking another sip. Yeah, what about it? She asked. Well, dot dot dot. You said your feet were really bad, and I really wanted to know what your feet smelled like, so I lost on purpose, he said. I'm growing closer and closer to wanting to fucking kill myself because of this story. Not even because of this story itself. This thing, this abomination of a fetish. Or at least this fucking... I get people like what they like, but there's gotta be a fucking line that you cross. You can't cross that line because that is absolutely fucking disgusting. All right. Ugh. Yeah, what about it? Well, dot dot dot. You said your feet were really bad, and I really wanted to know what your feet smelled like, so I lost on purpose, he said. Really? Why didn't you ever say anything all this time? She asked curiously, taking another sip. Well, dot dot dot. I mean, like, dot dot dot. We're the two heroes of the SAO incident. Not even going to touch on the fact that there was the SAO incident, the ALO incident, the GGO incident, and then whatever the fuck the Alicization arc is. I haven't read that yet. What would I look like to you if you knew I was a foot-loving freak? You're right, Kirito. You are a foot-loving freak. Asuna looked at Kirito and saw that he looked defeated. There was a part of him that he wanted to explore, but had always been ashamed and fearful to explore because of who he was. But what he said was true to an extent. There would be some people who would look down on him for being someone with a foot fetish, but not her, foot fetish or not. He was her Kirito, her knight in shining armor, and foot fetish or not, she still loved him unconditionally. I'm not even going to comment about how absolutely fucking ludicrous that is in the actual fucking lore, but alright, let's go. foot fetish or not, she still loved him unconditionally. She leaned in close and gave him a deep, passionate kiss, and looked him in the eyes. In the eyes. She turned 100% black at that moment. Kirito, I want you to know that you will never have to worry about being made fun of with me. This can be our little thing, our little secret. I'm completely okay with your secret because no matter what, I love you. And I want you to feel free to explore anything that you want with me. I'll be happy to, I want you to be happy, Kirito-kun, Asuna said. And it's at that moment that John fucking killed himself. Because I had to say that fucking thing. Kirito smiled, a little red, but was glad that Asuna was so loving and accepting of both him and his fetish. It felt like a huge weight was lifted off of his shoulders. He took another sip of his coffee, finishing his drink as Asuna leaned back into the seat and placed her foot in his lap, wiggling her toes playfully. So, ... What do you think of my feet, Kirito-kun? And it's at this moment that I stop the recording, take my mic out, take my headset off, walk into oncoming traffic. Where was I? Do you think they look pretty with my red toes poking out through my stockings? She teased. He looked at her size 7 feet and liked how they looked in the black silky stockings, especially with the red polish being noticeable. Of course I do, Asuna, ... he started. Actually, ... your feet are probably the best I've ever seen, he said, his hand gently brushing across the top of her foot. Asuna wiggled her toes again, this time gently waving them in the air close to Kirito. Well, I'm glad you thinned. My feet are amazing. I bet you've fantasized about them, haven't you? Asuna teased, waving her feet closer. I have a couple of fantasies. ... he replied, turning red again. Asuna giggled. Why don't you tell me about them? I want to know what you like and explore it with you. Who knows, maybe I'll enjoy it too, Asuna shrugged. Besides, you give some really good foot massages. I wouldn't mind more treatment like that. Kirito smiled and felt relieved. He began to tell Asuna about all of his different fantasies about her feet. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Oh. And there's more too. There's fucking more to this shit. Oh my god. Wow. There's at least 2 more things that I found on his DeviantArt. Oh my god. And then there's another one. There's the Naruto one, and then there's another SAO one that I want to read. Oh my god. Ugh. Well, I might or might not come back, so cheers, love.